All right, y'all, so today I'm gonna show you how I make my sticky chili braised short ribs. Y'all, I love short ribs. I love short ribs. When they're cooked right, they are so tender and they just fall off the bone, and they're really easy to make. It is not that hard. So I went ahead and I seasoned and marinated the meat overnight in Haitian épices. Haitian épices is basically a blend of herbs and spices that Haitians use as a flavor base for basically everything that we make. So here I am just patting the meat dry with a clean paper towel. The reason why you want to pat the meat dry is because it allows for a nice, clean, and crisp sear. So that's the next step that we're going to do, is sear the meat. We're not cooking the meat here, but you do want to get a nice crispy crunch around the edges, and that's how we're going to build on the flavors. So here's the thing about short ribs. They take a long time to cook, okay? A long time. But it is worth the wait, and it's not a lot of work. So after about 10 to 12 minutes of searing, you'll see that the short ribs have a nice and beautiful color. I wish y'all can smell this. It smells amazing. And once you're done searing off the meat, you just want to put it off to the side. And now we're going to work on building our sauce. This part's really important. Do not clean your pan, okay? Now is not the time to go soaking your pan, trying to clean it off. No, those burnt drippings, those burnt pieces of meat, that's where all that flavor is. You want to build off of that, okay? And here are some of the products that I use to go ahead and start my sauce off. I opted out of using the fish sauce for whatever reason. I think I just forgot about it. But anyways, I went ahead and cut up a red onion and added that to the oil along with some minced garlic. Right here, you just want to make sure not to turn your heat up too high because garlic does tend to burn. I also went ahead and added some ginger powder. Any other time I would be using fresh ginger, but unfortunately, due to that Rona, my grocery store is all out of fresh ginger, so I had to opt for the powder kind. It's just as good, you know, no big deal. And right here, I'm just adding a spoon or two of tomato paste. I love tomato paste. I actually prefer it more than tomato sauce because it has a really rich, deep tomato flavor. It's really good for stews and things that are going to go in the oven for long periods of time, such as these short ribs. I also went ahead and eyeballed some rice wine vinegar and soy sauce. Y'all, I don't measure, okay? I'm so sorry. I don't. I just do what feels right. So if you like to be a little bit more on the salty side, add a little bit more soy sauce. If you don't like that much sodium, put less, you know, do your thing. So this right here is the game changer, okay? This is what's gonna turn your short ribs up a notch. Add a little bit of brown sugar. That's the secret. That's what makes it sticky. Now, if I were to guess, I would say I used about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar. But this is the consistency I was going for. You could play with it. Do whatever you feel is best. I also went ahead and added just a little bit of water just to loosen it up a little bit. And then I followed up with a couple drops of honey. You don't have to get fancy. I got this honey from Publix. It was a couple dollars. And that's that. So this right here is a wild card. I purchased this from Trader Joe's and I love it. So I just went ahead and added some sweet chili sauce. You don't have to put this in, especially if you don't have it on hand, but it did take my sauce up to the next level. And I just really like that sauce. I just be putting it on everything, child. Don't mind me. So now that our sauce is complete, we're gonna take our short ribs and put them back into the pan. Get them nice and coated, flip them around, make them do a little dance, do what you do. So here I am just flipping them around, getting them nice and saucy. Y'all, when I say your house is going to smell so good, it's going to smell so good. And that's how you know your food is about to be bomb. Now for the fun part. I went ahead and I set my oven to 400 degrees. You want to do this in advance if you have the time. Set it for 400 and roast your short ribs for 4 hours. And here's the finished product, straight out the oven. Just a whole plate of like lusciousness, perfection. I went ahead and I garnished it with some sesame seeds and sliced scallions because I was feeling fancy. You can dress this up however you want. I served it over a bed of rice. It would be really delicious with some mashed potatoes too. or mashed cauliflower if you want to do the keto route. This is just a really, really, really good meal, and it's not a lot of work, and it's super tender, super juicy. Your friends and family would love it. Save this recipe for date night, you know, impress your man or your lady. Yeah, go ahead and try it. Let me know.